time. It's time. Have you guys ever seen Hunter x Hunter? You have? Okay, cool. Have you ever seen a certain magical index? You haven't? I guess it might not be. Oh, for some people it might be as popular. Some people it might not be as popular. But in my opinion, Hunter x Hunter is part of the big five. You've heard of the big three. You know what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Z. Oh shit. Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and what was it? Bleach was big. Was Bleach part of the big three? No, right? I didn't really like Bleach, to be honest. So I don't really know if it was part. But anyway, in my opinion, the big five would be Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Bleach, Hunter x Hunter, and what was the other one? Yu Yu Hakusho. That's not the one I was originally thinking about, but I can't remember the one I was originally thinking about, so I'm just gonna go with that. But anyway, Hunter x Hunter and a certain magical index. There are two characters that have the same type of ability, like electricity. You know, they like to play not with fire, but with electricity. So, if a character from Hunter x Hunter that specialized in electricity and a character from a certain magical index also specialized in electricity, who do you think would win if they fought? If you don't get it by now, I am talking about Killua and Misaka. Killua from Hunter x Hunter, Misaka from a certain magical index. If they fought, who would win? Now, in my opinion, we've only seen Killua at the beginning of his mastery of electrical abilities, right? Now, a certain magical index, from what I know, she's had, control over that power for a long period of time. That being said, she can. We've only seen her like fling quarters at shit, and Killua has like demonstrated a lot of other type of potential with his abilities, like not just speed, but like he has attacks and things like that. So, if Killua and Misaka fought, who would win? Enough of me rambling. I know you're tired of this shit, right? You probably want to skip the rest of me talking and get straight to the reaction. Fuck you. But subscribe first, because your boy's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Instagram. I keep forgetting what the name of the app is called. Follow me on Instagram. But let's here. Let me show you. Let me show you. It's time for a death battle. So, Killua versus Misaka. Hunter x Hunter versus a certain magical index. We about to go through this and see who wins. Actually, they're about to go through it and see who wins. But maybe maybe Misaka has some extra abilities I don't really know about. But real quick, let's throw our bets in right now. I'm going to bet, and I'm definitely being biased because I like Hunter x Hunter better. I'm going to bet that Killua wins. If Killua doesn't win, I'm gonna not only would I be mad, but I was trying to think of a punishment. If Killua doesn't win, I will take a double shot of vodka. If Killua does win, I'll smoke a blunt. I'll take a single shot of vodka. That sounds like a win-win in my opinion, but not really. Actually, let's not go with that. I don't know. If I don't want to do that. I don't want to let chat pick my punishment. So we're just gonna get into this video. You ready? All right, let's get into it.
HelloFresh.
This video is brought to you by HelloFresh. As always, links to the video and links to the channel that we're watching will both be in the description below, so be sure to check out Death Battle.
Killua Zoldyck, Hunter x Hunter's prodigious life.
Also, Killua is a fucking trained assassin. He's a trained assassin. Since he was little, since he was a baby, a toddler, a tot, he's a trained, fully fledged assassin. If he doesn't win, nigga.
Lightning assassin.
Misaka Mikoto,
She's not an
Academy
assassin.
City's Ace Electric Princess.
So Killua has more to do than just his electricity. Like, we've seen him rip somebody's heart out of their chest, and we couldn't even see the action of him doing it. It was so fast, we couldn't. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Killua rips heart from chest. Hopefully this shit doesn't get hit as copyright. Killua rips out heart. It's 1 minute long. We're gonna have to move forward. This is all we saw. We didn't see the actual action. Like, bruh. And this guy was supposed to be a badass. And Killua did that shit with ease, bro. Dude didn't have time to react. Boom, 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 boom. Like, nigga. Bruh. If Killua doesn't win this, I'm gonna be upset, bro. I'm gonna be upset.
Question. What is more terrifying than the all-powerful crackling might of lightning?
Lightning in the hands of cocky, hyper-talented teenagers. The worst combination. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Death battle!
The Zoldicks, a vicious family of assassins known the world over. So infamous for their killing techniques, a single photo of any member sells for millions.
You don't want to be the target of their next family outing. But like
that is crazy. The fact that a single photo of any of the family members sells for millions. That's how notorious and how deadly they are, and how fucking respected. And like, bruh, if you pay a Zoldyck to kill someone, consider that person dead.
all families, there's bound.
Oh, except for that one guy, you know, the leader of the spiders, whatever clan that was. Yeah, you know, he survived the dad and the grandpa. So it's possible, but not probable.
To be a rebel.
As was the case with the middle child, Killua.
They seriously named him Kill? Hardcore.
Yeah.
Well,
Kill.
it might be a pun on the term kilowatt, but kill is apt,
Oh,
given he's been
shit.
trained.
I never thought about that. Kilowatt? But he wasn't born with powers of lightning. He learned that later by himself.
In past tensing people since he was 3.
I'll say, at age 14, he was strong enough to open a 64-ton door. Jeez, what kind of workout did his
Misaka can't do
family
that.
put him through? Somehow, it gave him 6 skater skills, extendable claws, and rhythm echo, a technique that lets him fool people's senses with just his feet.
More accurately, by manipulating the cadence of his footsteps, Killua can create an auditory illusion, capable of tricking even extrasensory abilities.
Killua was a heck of a prodigy, but despite being able to effortlessly rip out hearts, his family still thought he wasn't cold-blooded enough.
His family thought he still wasn't cold-blooded. Like, bro, you're still too soft. You can rip out hearts, yeah. My nigga, you still too soft though. Yeah, you got to toughen up, bro. You need to not just rip out hearts. You need to rip out the heart, the brain, like every single organ in one fell swoop without them even noticing and without feeling any emotion. Then you will almost be hard enough. Yeah, and if you can do it without getting erect, better. Without getting turned on by that shit, that's better.
Fed up, he ran.
Oh, what'd that say? Rhythm echo could affect Netero and Sub. And Netero was the chairman of Hunters. That's a pretty big feat. So like Killua better win. Killua Watt better win. Nin users who normally can sense aura. So yeah, and sub nin users who could normally sense aura. Sub explicitly fell prey to the illusions, while Netero only evaded Killua's attack due to his superior speed and experience. That's it. Only because he has superior speed and experience, he evaded it. If Killua had superior speed and experience, could have been able to beat Netero.
His family still thought he wasn't cold-blooded enough.
Fed up, he ran away. Not to the circus, but to the Hunter Association, an association of people
Different kind
who
of circus.
hunt stuff. There, he tested himself in the Hunter's exam, and
There are a variety of hunters with a variety of goals and vocations, ranging them from blacklist, treasure, and ruin hunters to the more obscure music, sea, poison, and even cute hunters. They forgot to mention food hunters, like hunters that just kind of hunt, for the bit. A food hunter is kind of like, whatchamacallit, when girls say they are food whatever, like, yeah, they just like they hunt for delicious food.
inevitably had gone head over heels for his new friend, Gon. Get it?
Oh, God, Wiz, are you still taking those waste of time improv classes?
Yes, and I think it's going pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Killua's family didn't like him making friends, so they sat him down and then calmly and politely tortured him mercilessly as punishment. It was only thanks to Gon that Killua finally convinced his old man to let him go out on adventures with his buddies.
But this change of heart was no act of compassion. Killua's father saw his freedom as just another step in molding him into a better killer. And in some ways, he was right. Through his adventures, Killua learned Nen, an invisible life force that...
Yeah, it's key. It's always key.
It's key.
Actually, this one's a bit more complicated. You see, Nen is utilized through 4 main principles. 10 for containing your aura while defending from physical and mental attacks, Zetsu for relieving fatigue and masking your presence, Ren for bolstering strength and influencing emotions,
That's pretty standard so far.
and Hatsu, the unique way in which one's Nen is expressed. This comes in many forms, but all fall into one of 6 types.
Bro, the clown guy that they showed at the very end of the sentence, like Hitsuga, I'm pretty sure that's his name. Bro, that guy is fucking creep alert, bro. He should be put on a list. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'd be going after kids. Like,
Which represent how proficient a Nen
like this guy is EDP 444 on steroids
user is.
and half Vosh, because Vosh, with the lollies and the horse dick thing. That's
At certain techniques.
So, it's an RPG class system?
More like a hybrid class system, because most users actually fall somewhere between 2 categories, giving them differing degrees of proficiency. Techniques from these Nen categories can even be further enhanced by adding rules to their use. Oh, then there are the advanced principles, which...
Oh, God, okay, I get it.
But we haven't even talked about Killua's Hatsu yet. Killua is a transmuter enhancer, i.e. he specializes in transmuting his aura into different
That guy,
forms
the clown
and
guy.
enhancing the power of himself and others. He uses his aura to...
He makes lightning!
Yes,
lightning!
in Killua's hand, lightning becomes a deadly weapon that he can fire down as a bolt, channel through his arms, or send through metal objects.
Like his super alloy yo-yos. These bad boys weigh up to 50 kilograms. That's how you make a pun,
kilograms.
Wiz. Packing enough force to shatter trees like I just shattered Wiz's confidence.
Add in Killua's lightning, and he can electrify anyone who touches them.
And this isn't some magicy schmagicy lightning. His bolts have been identified as the real deal more than once.
Meaning, Killua is certainly as fast as actual lightning, especially when he uses it on himself to bust out Godspeed, a form
damn,
that
that shit
greatly
is- oh
amplifies
my
his
God.
agility and power, letting him bypass his synapses to reflexively react to threats.
For regular folk, that much voltage would be too much. But thanks to Killua's training, he can shrug off over 1,000,000 volts of electricity.
Right. Part of his training, by the way, and I know I keep pausing it, but guess what, bitch? This is a reaction video. I'm gonna pause it and talk about the fucking video. That's what I do. But during Killua's training, part of his family's torture to Killua or training was electrifying him. So that's how he got used to electricity. That being said, Misaka's ability, she usually shoots quarters or charges things with electricity and throws it at her opponent. I don't really know all of her abilities. But as far as I remember, like, I don't think Killua could survive a coin being shot at him at the speed of lightning, with lightning surrounding it. I don't know about that, to be honest. I'm not sure. But I hope so. Anyway.
He's also exceptionally crafty. In a Nen fight, every move matters, and strategy almost always triumphs, even against greater strength.
Killua used these powers to battle world-renowned thieves, bomber mercenaries, and ants.
That may not sound like much, but these Chimera ants were brutal, murdering and eating people by the hundreds of thousands. Then,
bro, the Chimera Arc ant fight was so fucking good. Like, especially what was his name? Mel, the King Chimera ant, that guy versus Netero. Holy shit, that fight was so good. Like, god damn. Anyway, I love anime. I'm sorry, not sorry.
And threatening billions. That reminds me of an old experiment gone horribly wrong.
Killua understandably wanted to bail, but Gon pulled him back in, much to his frustration.
Killua wanted to be there for Gon emotionally, but could not comprehend why he was risking so much against the Chimera ants, going as far as becoming a monster.
In other words, Killua was crushed.
Oh my god, Gon versus the cat chick? Holy shit. That shit was so good, bro. Like, Gon just like transformed, like I think he like grew into his like 20s or some shit like that. And then he just like decimated that catfish, bro. Like, even had her on the ground, like gasping for breath, and my nigga was like, hold my blunt. Punch, punch, punch. Like, this nigga went hard, bro.
Really hard, but didn't know what to do about Gon's simple-minded impulsiveness. It didn't end well for anyone.
It wasn't all doom and gloom, though. Killua held his own against some of the Chimera ants' best, surviving this forest-consuming blast from one of their captains.
Which, judging by its size, was worth several kilotons.
And he later injured a top-ranking royal guard, Yuppie.
Sure, he ran for the hills the moment Godspeed wore off, and isn't as strong as the weird horseman, but even just damaging someone who can make a crater like this is nothing to sniff at.
But amidst all the fighting, Killua still could—
I'm trying to compare Goopy, whatever that guy's name was, to Misaka.
not get his—
I think Misaka can make a bigger crater, but I think he was tougher. Like, could, you know, his defense is higher than Misaka's. So if Killua can damage him with whatever attack he used, I forgot what attack he used, while in Godspeed. If he can damage him, then he can definitely kill Misaka with the same attack.
Family out of his mind, literally.
As in, his brother, Illumi, put a needle in his head, forcing him to be controlled by self-preservation, ensuring he'd always run when victory isn't guaranteed. Wiz, you think you can call CPS for that?
Thankfully, after some much-needed self-surgery and self-reflection, Killua removed it, overcoming his mental barrier and ready to risk his life for those he cherishes.
Which he did when he finally got himself and his dear sister Alluka away from their demented family. He even brought Gon.
His sister is crazy, bro. Like, his sister is like, not crazy, but like, she's badass. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know her power, then you know what I'm saying.
Back from the brink of his creepy Nen coma.
But despite how valuable Gon was as a friend, Killua realized his unhealthy dependence on him.
So he decided to travel with and protect Alluka, finally realizing what he wants to do for the rest of his life. Oh god, the tearful romantic parting!
Still, if Gon or Alluka ever need help, Killua is sure to come running.
Ready to Killua anyone dumb enough to mess with him or those he cares about.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
It can be easy to spend all your time on your work, your friends, your family, but...
Okay, there's a thing, for me, there's a thing when it comes to, like, ads in a YouTube video, like, by the actual creator. If they don't segue the ad well enough, I'm passing. Like, I'm skipping the ad. If they just randomly cut and then put the ad up, It's not enough for me. Like, you gotta segue into the ad, in my opinion. So, you know.
How much
for flying important tire fill out a piss at flash a city death battle.
Here we go.
Academy
What's up,
City,
Misaka? What you
a
got?
sprawling metropolis filled with schools where espers train to master their supernatural abilities.
Most of these youngins dream of rivaling the best espers, but only a few are hardworking and smart enough to do it.
Among them being Tokiwadai Middle School's Level 5 Electro Master, Misaka Mikoto.
Level 5? So she's a Pokemon, but an anime girl.
Each esper's power and utility is ranked.
Anime Girlmon? Anime Girl? Mana Girl?
With level 5 being the highest they can normally achieve.
And after working up to that level, Misaka became unstoppable. She can magnetize herself to metal, electrically enhance her physique, sense her surroundings through an electromagnetic radar, and generate billions of volts.
In addition, she can make iron sand from disparate particles in the air to form tornadoes, body decoys, or a sword that vibrates at rapid speeds for enhanced cutting power.
Just what
So they can both make body decoys. They can both use the shadow clone jutsu. It doesn't matter really. They would still fall to me because, you know, I got the Shining Gun on max level. You know what I'm saying? So plus, it's like max level plus. So it's like, you know, a little higher than that, but you know.
But an anime girl needs a chainsaw. Man, if she gets serious,
Man.
Misaka can even make a friggin' 6 million ton kaiju out of it.
With such tremendous power, Misaka put an end to many crimes, earning fear among criminals, admiration among her peers, and lots of personal pride in her abilities. There was nothing
She's
she
actually
couldn't
stronger than I
overcome.
remember.
Nothing except the bane of all tsunderes, a frizzy-haired, dumbass anime protagonist.
Enter Kamijo Toma, a level 0 nobody who Misaka could not harm, no matter how many times she tried.
Oh, I hate you, but I secretly love you, and it'll work out in the end. Shut up! But she'd have more than a dork like Toma to worry about. As amazing as Academy City is, it's more corrupt than New York real estate. Years ago, Misaka gave some shady scientists a sample of her DNA, being promised it'd help cure tons of fatal diseases.
It's a lie.
Instead, they made tens of thousands of clones of her, sending them all to be slaughtered one by one.
Specifically against another level 5 and A-tier edgelord named Accelerator.
Edgelord?
By farming all these clones, they hoped he would fight.
You know what's funny? The Edgelord guy and Kilo both have white hair. We'll see if the result of the battle is the same. We'll see.
Finally get enough EXP to become a mythic level 6? Is that seriously all it takes? How does this Esper stuff work?
Glad you asked. Espers represent the scientific side of the world, a side I'm so familiar with. All espers possess an involuntary movement or AIM diffusion field that manifests their power, letting them consciously alter reality.
Changing reality with your mind. Isn't that just magic?
Au contraire, Boomstick, it's quite scientific. Look at Misaka's signature move, the
It's not magic, it's reality.
railgun. Many real-life railguns use a set of parallel conductors to generate
Magic in
Lorentz
reality.
force. By envisioning imaginary rails between herself and her target, Misaka can create a similar yet greater effect, accelerating the speed and kinetic force of a projectile, usually a coin, into a concussive bullet. It's beautiful. It's
But at the same time, okay, might be able to do that, but Killua is as fast as lightning. You know what I'm saying? So he should be able to dodge it, especially in Godspeed. I mean, while he's in Godspeed.
science.
How long are you gonna be nerding out over this?
Come on, this is like my one thing. Where was I? Oh yeah, thousands of dead clones. Traumatized by the endless slaughter, Misaka felt enormous guilt. You see it all the time with horrific experiments.
Oh, whoa,
Sure, buddy.
Oh, shit! I forgot to keep reading these little things that pop up. Some statements claim the railgun fires at Mach 3, but this is inconsistent with its power output. It also outsped a Mach 20 missile. Damn. And was described as super luminal. I don't know what that means. So it likely varies due to resistance and Mikasa's restraint. What's super luminal mean? Super You see on this channel, if you follow me on YouTube, Twitch, or Instagram, this channel, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna look shit up, bro. We're gonna learn some shit. You know what I'm saying? We gonna always want to better yourself. Superliminal. Oops. In astronomy, superliminal motion is apparently faster than light motion. Faster than light. Okay. Like light speed or anyway. Light speed, light motion seen in some radio galaxies. What kind of radio galaxies? And like, what are we talking about? BL, I don't know what that means. Lack object. Anyway, that's enough.
She worked for days to end the clone project, but concluded it would have to end with her sacrifice.
But Toma butted in, giving Misaka the support she needed in her darkest hour, while also punching out Albino Magneto with his Esper-proof fist.
Misaka had shouldered her burden for so long that she forgot how to rely on others. This wake-up call from her newfound crush was exactly what she needed.
But even with Accelerator decelerated, Misaka kept fighting Academy City's underbelly, all to protect her friends and free her sister clones she befriended. She dealt with a lot of trouble on the way, but had the power to do it.
In her battle with a killer cyborg lady, Misaka conjured a city-spanning storm, which, by measuring the size of the cloud relative to the city, would require over 58 kilotons of energy to make.
Kilotons. She's also fought other level 5s, not just Accelerator. She got into a middle school beef with a snobby telepath, fought this explosive weirdo, and dodged particle beams from an unhinged Karen.
The electrons of which can accelerate to high relativistic speeds.
Accelerated electrons are normally either a wave or particle, but Mugino's ability forces them into an in-between state, maintaining both the relativistic speeds of a wave and concussive force of a particle. I don't know what that means.
It's no shock. Misaka's reactions are that fast, given her lightning has been stated to be light speed on 5 different occasions.
More than just her powers, though, Misaka's greatest asset is her intellect.
It might not look it, but high-level espers constantly perform tons of nerd math just to make their powers work.
And understanding other powers has been just as vital to Misaka's survival. Take her bout with the magic Valkyrie, Brunhild.
Remember when Wiz said espers were the science side of the world? Well, these weirdos are packing the magic. A single mistake from Misaka could have meant death, but she still stalemated Brunhild.
Now, Brunhild was still stronger and faster, but it is impressive Misaka was able to harm a saint, who are normally only deployed against foes capable of leveling mountains. One such foe, Hell, froze 100 kilometers of ocean.
You'd think this means Misaka can take on all sorts of magical baddies. But alas, the power creep says otherwise.
He's actually serious. When you're dealing with crazy magicians and magic gods, even a level 5 Esper struggles to keep up. Misaka valued her abilities so highly that she struggled to maintain her self-esteem when they weren't enough.
Oh wait, I missed the thing.
So
during the New Testament of Genesis Testament light novels, Misaka used a mock suit called the Anti-Art Attachment. However, shout out to Swoozy, it is fairly divorced from her normal power set and currently destroyed.
Highly that she struggled to maintain her self-esteem when they weren't enough.
A shame Misaka cares so much about getting stronger when Toma appreciates her as a person first and foremost.
While certainly a flaw, that ever-persistent hard-headedness will also keep Misaka around, no matter the stakes.
So watch out, because this pint-sized 14-year-old is quite literally a walking railgun.
All right. I ain't gonna lie. She's a lot stronger than I thought, which is obviously why they, put her against Killua. But like, she, I don't know. I don't know now. To be honest, I don't know who's gonna win now. I still think Killua was gonna win, but to be honest, I don't really know.
Episode is sponsored by HelloFresh.
Now me, I love to cook, but every time I have Wiz over for a lovely
again, they didn't segue into the ad.
Family
right.
Right.
First.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Let's get it. gonna try not to pause it, I promise, during this part.
Hey, that's mine. I've been looking for it all day. Give it here.
You want it? Come and get it.
Okay, no. Yes, I wasn't gonna pause it, but a better way to introduce the fight would have been, yeah, even though we know Killua left, quote unquote, left his family, he still ends up getting a mission assigned to him, and the mission to kill for him to assassinate somebody is her. That would have been a better segue into the battle, in my opinion. Better opening.
Coins, huh? I had a butler who used these.
Caught that shit. Got her ass too. She has double two.
Focus. It's a trick of sound, not sight. Gotcha.
She found him pretty quick.
He's good at hand-to-hand. Better keep my distance.
She has stronger lightning. Gotta get in close.
No problem.
Right, we already saw that he's faster than her. Or faster than she can react. Alright, Spider Killua. Yo, what up, MCM? How you doing, bro?
No time to break.
Hope you having a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, all the above. Hold up. Killua would never get tied in his own yo-yo. Like, what? Come on, bro. What is that?
Now's my chance.
I'm hoping he wins.
You don't know when to quit!
I think Godspeed should have ended it, bro. Like, she couldn't keep up with him before. How is he gonna keep up with him? How's he gonna react to him while he's in Godspeed mode? Oh, here we go.
Catch this.
Okay.
She's keeping this thing together with electromagnetism, meaning it can be disrupted!
Hold up. Yes!
Wait a minute.
Distance, 35 meters.
Bro, that's bullshit.
Altitude, 45, 40 to 1 now.
I knew that shit was gonna happen, bro. Man, fuck that. She can make doubles too, yeah. Or she has her clones.
The angle, the electromagnet.
Nah, bro, that's bullshit, man. I mean, they're supposed to explain it after, but like, I'm gonna get to it, but like, nah, bro, that's bullshit, man. That is bullshit, man. Nah, bro, hell nah. Come on, man. Like Killua, she didn't react fast enough when Killua, in the beginning, when he jumped in front of her and punched her. Right? There, right here.
Coins, huh?
He
I
was
had a
fast enough
butler
to
who
grab
used
that.
these.
She's like, she reacted. Yeah, she tried to block, but it didn't do shit. And so when he enters Godspeed, he's supposed to be much faster than that. So nah, bro. There's no way, man. I don't. It's some man. That's some bullshit. All right, let's find out why.
Numbing battle of threat. The electro.
KO!
The angle, the electromagnetism, the science. It's.
All right, take a breather there, champ.
Whew. While Killua's assassin training made him a
Yeah,
vicious
Godspeed
threat,
destroys her
Misaka's
shit.
abilities and know-how gave her the counter she needed in this mind-numbing battle of wits.
Bullshit.
Killua could survive kilowatt-ton level blasts, and given some leeway, could scale to Yuppie, whose crater feat was worth 18 megatons.
Also, he caught the coin. The first time she tried that shit, he caught the coin. So why didn't he catch the coin the second time? Yes, she was shooting from his he didn't know where she was shooting from. But he's fast enough to react to catching the coin when he knows where she's shooting from. And if she's in the distance she was shooting from the second time, it was much farther than the first time. So how did he not catch the coin again? Let me show you. Let me show you what I mean. Where is it?
Ability.
In the very beginning, he caught this coin
Give it
with
here.
ease. And look how far away they are. Look how far away they are.
Here. Hey, that's mine. I've been looking for it all day. Give it here.
You want it? Come and get it.
Like, she was here. He's here. That's point blank range. How is he, and he caught it. How does he not catch it the next time? Even though he doesn't know where she's at.
Coins, huh? I had a butler who used.
And he's already aware that she can use those coins.
Science.
Where's the second time?
45.
Yeah, how did he not catch this?
Now.
The same fucking attack? That's some bullshit, bro.
Gave
It was worth
Killua has
18 megatons of TN. Some leeway could.
of wits.
Killua could survive kilowatt-ton level blasts, and given some leeway, could scale to Yuppie, whose crater feat was worth 18 megatons of TNT.
Impressive, but the storm Misaka created beat anything Killua has done directly. And given similar scaling to Brunhild, who Misaka not only harmed but stalemated, her output could reach hundreds of megatons of TNT. Meaning, no matter which numbers are used, Misaka would always have the advantage in raw electrical power.
No surprise there. Killua may have shrugged off 1,000,000 volts of electricity, but Misaka can dish out and survive billions.
Still, both characters have contended with and harmed stronger opponents, and the two power systems they work under have allowed weaker opponents to defeat stronger ones in the past.
So, might alone wouldn't net either a win. Plus, Killua was way better at hand-to-hand and physically stronger.
Knowing
Be
his
careful of
crafty
waifus.
assassin skills,
Bro.
things could have gone south for Misaka if she
No waifu, no lifeu, as they say.
wasn't careful.
But fortunately for the railgun, she was. Her fight with Brunhild shows she knows how to deal with tough, up-close threats while keeping her distance.
And being able to dodge particle beams meant Misaka was more than fast enough to react to even Killua's lightning-quick speed.
Add to that her bigger pool of powers, and she had plenty of ways to counter Rhythm Echo, since Killua was lightning, or just pin him in place long enough to pull off a railgun finisher. Killua was strong, but he wasn't gonna outmuscle 6 million tons of iron sand.
Killua was a prodigy in
All he had to do was attack her directly. He didn't have to outmuscle 6 million tons of fucking iron sand. He destroyed that shit with one attack. The fuck are you talking about?
all things Nen, lightning, and killing, but Misaka's varied electro powers, quick reflexes, and scientific brilliance let her cash in a win.
But hey, at least she let Killua keep the change. She Killawa'd him.
Nah,
The
bro.
winner is Misaka Mikoto.
Yeah, coin shoot shit. Nah, bro, man, fuck that. Like, I don't see how he wouldn't have caught it the second time, bro. She shot from a farther distance. He would have sensed that shit coming and caught that shit. Nah, that's bullshit, man. I don't agree. I don't agree. Let me see. I'm curious. I'm curious. Death Battle Killua versus Misaka. Keep on. Debunked. Okay. This is 8 minutes long. We're gonna watch this shit too.
What it is, RT peoples, I
curious.
am back with a brand new video, and in today's
I'm curious, but I also just want somebody to agree with me that Killua should have won. I want to be validated. I ain't gonna lie, bruh.
video, I'm going to be debunking one of Death Battle's recent episodes of that of Killua versus Mikasa. Now, honestly, I know debunks throughout the years have gotten a negative stigma. This video isn't going to be negative at all. I honestly just have some disagreements that I would like to share with you guys, and I'll back up my case with some evidence. Now, with all that being said, I personally thought that the Death Battle was very entertaining. Animation was fire, editing was great, narrating was good, everything was fine. It was an entertaining video, but unfortunately, I just don't agree with some of the information that they were presenting to us, and I don't necessarily agree with how they came to their conclusion. Now, before I begin, this video isn't about whether or not if Killua should have won the death battle.
Okay.
I'm not too sure nor familiar of the scaling of, you know, certain magical index. Never really watched the anime or read the manga. I'm just going off of the information that they presented in the video. This video is mainly to show to you guys that Killua has been seriously downplayed.
And again, him getting tied up by his own fucking yo-yo. Seriously? Nah, bro. Nah. He wouldn't make that mistake. He's a fucking he's a trained professional assassin since the age of 3. He would not get tied up by his own yo-yo. Like that's noob shit. Yeah, he's an assassin. He's a fully fledged assassin. He trained since he was 3 years old, and he's 14 now. He's a professional assassin. He would not get tied up by his own yo-yo. There's no fucking way. Fuck that, bro. Hell nah.
If these are the standards that they're coming across with. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys their ending conclusion, and then I'll interject afterwards, and then I'll just pretty much lay out all of my points. So with that being said, let's begin.
The angle, the electromagnetism, the science.
We literally just watched this part.
In this, given some hundreds of the will both loud assassin real script to react to tons.
We think that if a character, we're going to.
The winner is Misaka Mikoto.
Alright, so we're going to start off with abilities. Now, Death Battle has a weird take on this category, for some reason, consistently think that if a character has a larger kit, then they would have the ability category on lock, which I couldn't disagree more. I honestly don't think they've presented Mikasa's kit to have abilities that'll be too effective on Killua.
And look at that, like he was able to
Mikasa's kit here, to have abilities.
This scene, Killua was able to stop a swordfish in a way from piercing his skull. The moment it touched his skull, he was able to react fast enough to catch the fish and keep it from killing him. Keep it from even hitting his skull. How would he not? How does he not catch the coin the second time, bro? You could say the coin was faster the second time, but nah, bro. The moment his hair moved, he sensed that fish and he caught it.
That'll be too effective on Killua. There's just not enough there. Mikasa's abilities are just not good enough to even be considered a deciding factor for this particular battle. When it comes to power, they use the high-end argument of Mikasa scaling relative to Brunhild, who peaked at 333 megatons of power, which doesn't make much sense because this was ocean freeze with the fusion energy of water. And while this did cross over 100 kilometers of water and creating a thick layer of ice, the facts remain the same as that water isn't as dense as other rock-like solid materials. If this feat had occurred in a different...
Well, exactly, yeah, his speed is unmatched. Like, this nigga is fast as fuck. And I'm not talking about, what was it? Drama alert. I'm fast as fuck, boy. He's faster than that.
Way, then it could have been valid. So only focusing on the area that was covered rather than what the effects were to said area is just a wrong way to go about this. So it wouldn't be anywhere near 333 megatons of force. Also, just think about it. The Tsar bomb had a yield of 50 megatons. They're basically saying that she is over 6 times more powerful than that just because she turned 100 kilometers of water into ice. 333 megatons would be multi-city level, which is crazy and just outright incorrect. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say that this feat is valid with higher end arguments. Killua should comfortably be above this, for when Gon was being brought back to full health on his deathbed, he produced enough energy to create a massive towering surge of Nen energy that can be seen from multiple city blocks away, and even Illumi, Killua's older brother, was across the city and was absolutely astonished by the amount of power that Gon was emitting, and not even at his peak health. So at Gon's peak, he'd be a lot stronger, and if Gon were to enter another fight, which had forced him to fight all out, then his power would grow even exponentially higher. I understand that Gon is stronger and more powerful than Killua, but he does scale to him. So in a hypothetical matchup, even though Killua isn't as powerful as Gon, Killua isn't going to fold like a piece of paper. So just by applying screw attacks or Death Battle's own logic, you can get calculations for Killua being in the hundreds or even thousands of megatons in power. As for speed, they mentioned Mikasa dodging lasers. This would be a high-end argument for putting her faster than light, but the same thing could be said about Killua. Killua scales to being a threat to the Royal Guards. The Royal Guards are chimera ants who massively outscale foot soldiers, who can casually dodge and react to light speed attacks. For example, Pike was able to dodge and react to Polkle's arrows of light multiple times, and Polkle's arrows have been stated to be light speed multiple times. Neferupita was able to react and move so fast that Netero's dragons, which are basically these energy rays of Nen energy, which are also faster than Polkle's arrows of light, so fast that these golden rays appeared to be moving in slow motion. Killua definitely scales to this, and I think Killua definitely has better showings in speed. With all that being said, I'm not exactly...
Honestly, even though he says Killua scales to this, we don't know which version of Killua they used. Did they use the version of Killua that would have been at his strongest? Or did they use a version of Killua that as he was when he was 14, and thus using the version of Misaka when she was also 14? That way they wouldn't have to scale to the levels of that Killua could scale to. So to play devil's advocate in this situation, that doesn't really help.
Exactly sure who would win this battle, but if the proper research is done for this, one thing is for sure. For some reason, a lot of people have been downplaying Hunter x Hunter, either on accident or on purpose. Either way, I'm going to be getting into Hunter x Hunter pretty soon. Expect that within a week or so. I'm going to be busting out some more content about the scale Gon, and Meruem might have Meruem.
Hold on. I don't think I can watch that episode without it being hit by copyright. But yeah, Killua catching this shit. But how does he? And the coin shot was it's not like she used more power, right? You could say that she charged it longer so it went faster, but nah, like it's the same fucking attack. Killua caught it point blank range. Excuse me. The first time. The second time, he was even in God mode, wasn't he? Yeah, he was in God mode, and he got hit by it. He didn't. What? How does he not catch that shit? So nah, bro. I don't nah, man. Nah, I don't think that doesn't match, bro. Especially because like God mode amplifies his speed and his reactions. The moment you could say, yeah, it was shot. The coin was shot at him from behind him, like it hit him in the back. You could say that, but The moment it touches just like the moment it touches hair or the moment it touches skin, he caught it. The moment it touched his clothes or the moment it touches his back, the skin on his back, especially in God mode when all of his abilities are amplified, how does he not catch that shit? It's the same attack at the same speed from a larger distance. Fuck that. Fuck that. Nah, bro. Killua would have won. Like you could say if you want, you could say I'm just riding Hunter x Hunter's dick, but that's some good dick. Pause. But anyway, that's it for this video. Follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. Links in the description below, and don't forget to check out Roaring Thunder Pursuit, the guy who broke down the Killua versus Misaka fight. And don't forget to check out Death Battle, which is the actual fight that we just watched. Links will be in the description below. Be sure to check them out. And as always, don't forget to do 3 things I like to ask you to do. And like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. And you know what it is after that. In case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace and much love to you.